Hey friends, it's Wayne Polson here. Today is T-minus 29 days and counting until the big reveal. Thank you so much for letting me drag you through all of this. One video a day until April 2nd. I don't know what I'm going to do after April 2nd. We'll figure that out when I get there. But listen, I got an email today, an interesting email from Gordon Svedberg. He's the inventor and manufacturer of the compact bulldog bone that I had in my past two videos. And I got an email from him today. And the reason I got the email is because I sent him a link to the first video and he watched it because I thought he might be interested in seeing my presentation of his product. And he seemed pleased with the first video and the second video as well. On the second video though, however, when I was actually using it in a tree, he drew attention to one thing that startled him a little bit, if I could use that word. And it was my technique for tending the bulldog bone. Now, as I told you in the video, and as you can see here, I use this neck tether, okay, which is basically just a prusik cord with a carabiner attached to it. And I clip this lanyard on the bulldog bone to the top of the, or I'm sorry, to the carabiner. And as you can see, the bulldog bone kind of rests just below my breastbone here, and it's still a little bit low for my comfort. And I'll get into that in a second as to why. His concern was if I were to become incapacitated in a tree with this around my neck, who knows what could happen, right? I could get strangled up there or something like that. There's just no relief here. Very true. He suggested possibly bungee cord, which has some give to it, you know, so that it wouldn't entrap me or strangle me necessarily. That's a possibility. I may experiment with that actually. It's not a bad idea. But I do have another system that I used prior to this lanyard, and I'll put that on for you and show you how that works. Let me just take this off. Grab this. So folks, this is a chest harness. There are many people who make a product like this. This one's made by Weaver. And I know Petzl makes one, and I'm not even sure who all makes these things, but so there you go. So now the nice thing about this is that it's around my chest, it's not around my neck. I mean, if anything were to happen, you know, all the pressure is around my upper body. So the same thing happens here. We take the bulldog bone lanyard and we attach it to this carabiner, and it hangs just a little bit lower, probably about an inch lower than it does on the neck lanyard. Here's the problem. The problem is when I put a rope on this, let's do that real quick. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to be off screen down here. I know that you can't see it, but if I'm climbing and I'm tending this with my chest, you can see that the highest level this reaches is right there below my breastbone. If I were to let my weight down right now, I would come way down here before I would actually be suspended in air. So ideally what I want is for this to be up as high as I can get it. That way when I sit back on this, I don't have that far to go down before this device catches me. In order for that to happen, I need to have this bulldog bone, this top arm here, as high as I can get it. Maybe bungee is the right way to go. So Gordon, if you're watching this, I'm going to try a bungee setup. We're going to see how that works, because I could probably get the bungee to hold this up higher up on my chest pretty easily. And it really doesn't take much. If you look at this, folks, I just want to make sure you understand why the bungee could work really well. Because when this is tending, this is so easy to pull up the rope. I mean, it pulls up with ease. You know, no problem at all. So this bungee would not stretch much as it's pulling this bulldog bone up the rope. That may be the solution, folks. Anyway, I needed to get that out to you guys because Gordon thought it was important. I didn't want anyone to not consider these options of how to tend the compact bulldog bone up your rope when you're climbing. I promise to keep this one really short, folks. This is it. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all. One thing I want to say though is thank you so much again for watching my videos. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'll try my best to put content up that would interest you. Those of you who are out there watching the video, thank you so much for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. Put your comments down below because I will get to your comments. I promise I will. I'm a couple days behind right now, but I will get caught up. And more than anything else, folks, though, this world needs our love and it needs our kindness. And I feel like it's our duty, those of us who are like aware of how much love and kindness means to us, we are the ones who should be able to show that back to the world and give it back to the world. So let's do that. The world needs something. It really needs something, folks. And we're the ones that can give it. Let's give it away. All right? I'll see you next time.